I'm super excited to share with you how you can easily generate AI images and AI videos in bulk for free. So without further ado, let's dive right into it and show you how you can do that. Now, in order to get started, we need to be creative. So unlike any other YouTuber slash content creator who's usually going to share with you a single massive prompt that you can use all the time to create the same story over and over again, I have developed a new GPT that you can access right within ChatGPT for free, and it's going to help you generate fresh ideas every time you're creating a new project. So let's see, how do we access that? If you're on desktop or web version, head over to the left panel where you usually start new chat, but this time you're going to look for GPTs, and then you're going to click on where it says explore GPTs. Click that, and then you're going to search the name of the GPT that I created and developed for you, and it's called AIXposed AI Video Studio. So once you find it, it's going to say by Ali Mohammed. This is me. Click on it and then start the chat just like so. And then once you start a chat, it's going to ask you a couple of questions. But first, you need to prompt it by clicking this button that says, let's lock in your visual style first. So click on that one. And now it's going to start asking you a simple 2 questions. Once you give it the answer, it's going to start giving you a fresh master prompt for everything you need from start to finish. So now it's asking about the style that we're creating in. You have 8 different options to choose from. If it's other, then you just specify what it is. If it's one of the options, just simply type in the number in the chat. So I'm going to choose 3D animation, for example. I'm going to type in 1. I'm going to hit enter. And then now it's going to ask me the second question. And so the second question is going to be the type of video that I'm creating. So I made this very convenient for everybody, whether you're creating content for social media or YouTube. So this means if you're creating landscape videos, you can still use it. If you're somebody who is creating shorts, reels, or TikTok videos, you can still choose option number 7, and it's going to work everything for you based on a vertical video. So the options available are story video, kid story, cartoon, explainer, video ad commercial. All you have to do at this point is simply just choose the type of video you're creating. So I'm going to choose number 2. Now, if you do not provide AI specific information about the topic that you're about to create, so let's say, for example, if you're creating a story video or kid story or cartoon animation and you don't specify exactly what you're trying to create or the topic about the video that you're creating, AI is going to generate a fresh idea for you that you can work with and generate all your scenes and videos. So for me, I'm just going to use number 2 for kid story. I'm just going to hit send, and then now it's going to give me the master prompt, fresh idea for everything that I need from start to finish. The way how it starts, it's going to give you the title of the story, the concept, the story summary, the tone, the target audience, the visual style, the environment and the lighting, camera feel, and the animation style, and finally the time of the day. Next up, we have character sheets. So character sheets is the number 1 thing that we start with, and the reason for that is that I wanted to make sure that your characters are always going to be consistent. Next is going to be the scene prompts. So the way how I have developed it, it's going to generate 15 to 20 scenes, and as you can see for this one, it generated 15 scenes, and then after that, it's going to provide you with the motion prompts as well. I'm going to show you how you can use all that stuff. Next is the text to speech. So now we need some voiceover for our story, and finally the voice direction. I'll talk about that in a second when we get to it. Now, before we dive into the steps, I want to show you a story of the snippet that you watch at the beginning of the video. It's nearly a 2-minute video that I was able to put together and generate in bulk for free. So let's go ahead and watch it in action.
Mia didn't expect the night to change. She and Oliver were just walking through the forest when something unusual caught their attention. A light. Small, bright, and completely out of place. It wasn't flickering like a firefly. It wasn't falling like a shooting star. It was just there, waiting. Mia stepped closer before she could even explain why. Oliver stayed right beside her, and when Mia picked it up, the air shifted. Not louder, not dramatic, just different. The star pulsed gently in her hands, like it had a purpose. So they moved, not running, not rushing, but following, through trees that seemed taller than before, across stepping stones that felt like checkpoints, deeper into a night that suddenly felt alive. This star didn't belong on the ground. It belonged somewhere bigger. At the top of the hill, the sky opened wide, hundreds of stars above them. The higher they climbed, the clearer it became. One missing space waiting. Mia looked at Oliver. Oliver looked at the sky. No big speech, no dramatic moment. She simply lifted it, and the second she did, the light responded. Stronger, sharper, certain. Then it rose. Not fast, not slow, just steady, like it finally knew exactly where it was going.
Now, our next step in order to start generating AI images and AI videos in bulk, we will need to install a couple of Chrome extensions. So head over to the Chrome Web Store. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So you can just simply go to the search bar right here and start by typing the first extension name, which is going to be Auto Whisk, right? Once you find it, this is going to be the first one. You want to click on that. And then what you want to do, for me, I already have it installed. So all you need to do is to download the extension and then install it. And then it's important for you to have this pinned into your browser. So how do you do this? You simply click on the extension icon on the top right, like so. Find where it is and simply click on the pin icon, and it should be pinned into your browser. When done, you want to search for the next extension in order to use it and generate videos. So the Whisk extension is going to be used to generate character sheets and AI images or scenes. Now we're going to search for the Grok extension. So this one is going to be called Auto Grok. And when you search for it, you should be the first one that looks like this. Again, same thing. You want to download and then install it and make sure it is pinned into your browser in order to start using it. Now, once we are all set, here's our next step. We're going to head over to the Whisk website, which I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And then what you want to do next is simply click on the Create New Project in order to start a new project, because our first step is going to be generating the characters of our story in order to stay consistent. So now that we have our project opened up, we need to go back to ChatGPT. Now that we're back to ChatGPT, we're going to go for the character sheets. Our characters are one human character, and then the other one is going to be the animal character. So I'm going to copy the prompt for this character right here, and then I'm going to go back to the Whisk website right here. I'm going to use the text box right here and simply just paste my prompt. I'm going to make sure that my aspect ratio is going to be 16:9, and that will be it. You just simply click on enter or generate, and it's going to take a couple of seconds to generate the image or character sheet, and it's going to give you a couple of versions to choose from. So we just wait for it. And as you can see, looking amazing so far. We have a couple of images to choose from. I'll just go for the first one. And then now I'm going to generate the animal character. So going back to ChatGPT, so I can pick up the character sheet and I'll copy that as well. And then I'm going to go back to the Whisk website. I'll do the same thing. So in the text box, I'm going to highlight and then paste my new prompt right here. Hit generate and then wait for it to generate the animal character. Now that we have this, I could choose the first one as well. Now our next step is to start generating our scenes. So I'm going to show you how to easily do that and generate bulk scenes using Whisk and the Whisk extension. I'm going to use the older version of the Whisk extension, and I'll explain to you both of them so you know the difference, and then it's really up to you. But this is how I typically do it. Once I generate my character sheets, as you can see, with 3 different views, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on this little arrow right here to open this up. And now I have the subject is where my characters should go in order to stay consistent. So I'm simply just going to drag the character image from this onto the subject image right here. And then Google is going to start analyzing the image. I'll do the same thing for the animal. So I'll drag the image and also drag it. Make sure that it still goes under the subject, because normally if you drag it under the scene, it means it's going to go under places. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it goes under subject. Now, you can easily just drag and drop or simply click on the plus sign to create a new space and then simply drag and drop the image. And as you can see, Google has analyzed both images. I am now ready to use the extension in order to start generating my scenes in bulk. So our next step after generating the character sheets is simply click on the Whisk extension right here. And now this is what it looks like on the right side of the website. So as you can see, there are 2 versions. The previous version is the one that I prefer to use, which is 7.5.1. And then there's the latest version, which is 7.6.0. I'm going to explain to you the difference. First, I'm going to go for the previous version. So I'm going to click on that one. And this one requires the Whisk website to be open. So let's say if I go to a different website like so, you're going to see the extension is not functioning, and it's basically telling me to go back to the Whisk website just like so in order to continue using it. So now I have this set up. All I need to do is go back to ChatGPT, and then I'm going to copy the scene prompts. So right now I'm inside ChatGPT where I have my scene prompts ready. I'm just going to highlight all this stuff right here. We have 17 scenes. I'm going to copy all this stuff, going back to the Whisk website, and then on the Whisk extension where it says prompt list, I'm going to simply paste my prompts like so, and I'm ready to go. So what's going to happen is that because I have uploaded or dragged those character sheets in here, Whisk is going to use those and keep them consistent in all our scenes. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So now I'm going to need to click on the start button right here. And then it's going to ask me whether I want to create a new project or I want to run on this project. Obviously, because I already have my character sheets uploaded, I want to run on this project. So I'm going to click on run on this project. And now let's watch the magic happens together. It's always going to give you a couple of options for you to choose from. And as you can see, character is consistent. You just have to pick the one that you like best and of course delete all. So this is our next scene and it's so amazing so far. The character is still consistent. You can see the details, everything looking awesome. We're just gonna keep going until we have all scenes ready. So I'll fast forward this part. Now that you can see we have all our scenes ready, let's just go through them real quick and see how consistent the character was. And you can see here, this is scene number 1. Again, we have a couple of variations to choose from. And you can see how incredible this is looking so far already, with character being consistent throughout, even the animal, the fox, basically everything looking amazing. I just have to choose one of them, which feels, kind of hard because both versions looking really good already. So once you have all your scenes ready, what I would do is to try and pick up what works best for you and delete the ones that you don't need in order to download all this stuff. Because normally if you don't do that and then you go to the menu option right here, I would need to download all this stuff in order to import them or upload them to the Grok extension and start animating all this stuff in bulk. So if I download the entire thing, that means I'm going to get all the duplicate scenes and characters. So I need to make sure that I only, download the ones that I need. So I'm just going to click on exit right here and then simply just going to click on the ones that I don't need and then keep everything else. Now I cleaned up all the duplicates. I want to show you the difference between this version and the latest version so you know exactly which one works best for you based on your preference. So what I'm going to do is I'll click on the home page right here. Now this is the latest version. So the latest version basically is different because it allows you to import your character reference images directly into the extension. So you can see here there's a button that says reference images. You can click on that one right here and then you can see the subjects and scenes as well as the style. So here is where you can upload your character sheets and then give your characters names, especially if you're going to use those names into your videos. So basically make sure that you upload your character sheets and all that. And then when you're done, click on done. You go back and then paste the prompt, same exact process. Make sure that you choose the aspect ratio is going to be 16:9 right here. And then when you're done pasting the prompts, you just click on the start button and this is going to run and start creating all the scenes that you need. And so the other cool thing about this extension is that it does not require having the Whisk tab opened up. This means if I switch to another tab like so, you can still see the extension is still functioning. Everything is working perfectly fine. So that's basically the difference between the latest version and the previous version. The latest version allows you to upload your character reference images directly into the extension, whereas on the previous one, you cannot do that. You will have to upload your characters directly into the Whisk website and keep your extension opened up in order to continue generating all scenes and making sure that your characters are being used to stay consistent throughout from scene 1 until the end of the project. All right, so now we're in our final stage, which is turning all those static images into videos to bring it all into a one beautiful product. So the way to do that is first you need to visit Grok website, which is grok.com. Make sure that you're logged in with your Gmail account. And then the first thing you want to do is simply click on your profile picture at the bottom left corner right here, click on settings, and then you want to click on behavior, and then make sure that you have enable automatic video generation turned off. When you're done, your next step is going to be opening up the Grok extension. So click on that one right here to open it up. And then you want to make sure that under control, you choose frame to video, and then you want to upload your scene. So we're going to click on the upload button right here to upload all our scenes, highlight all of them like so. And then I'm going to click on open to upload all my scenes. And then the next thing I want to do is grab my motion prompts. So by going back to ChatGPT, find where the motion prompts as part of the master prompt already, all I'm going to have to do is simply highlight and copy all the scene prompts or motion prompts just like so. and then going back to the Grok extension right here, and then I'm going to scroll down to where it says prompts. I'm going to paste all the prompts that I copied. And if you scroll down, you're going to find that all scenes are now queued and are ready to be generated and turned into video clips. So you're going to scroll at the bottom, and then you're going to find the button where it says run. Click on that one, and now watch the magic happen in the background. One more step into the generation process before we make our final move, and that is generating text-to-speech, which is VoiceOver. And my preferred website generator is Google AI Studio for a couple of reasons. One is that it's free and you can use its voices anywhere you want. Two is that you can add emotions to the voices, bringing them all to life. And I'll show you that in a second. I'll also leave a link to this in the description below. So once you visit Google AI Studio, and of course you have to be logged in with your Google account, what you want to do next is simply go to the right panel of the website. Make sure that you choose single speaker right here. And then we're going to go back to ChatGPT so that we can copy the text-to-speech script that's included in the master prompt. So I'm just going to copy or select the entire script just like so. Going back into Google AI Studio, in the text box, I'm going to paste that right here. And then I'm going to go back again to ChatGPT, because this is where I told you about the voice direction. Basically, this is the instructions in order to add emotions to your voices. So you're just going to copy the direction right here. Go back to the Google AI Studio, and where it says style instructions, you're going to highlight the existing text right here and then paste the one that you just copied. And then your next step is going to choose from one of the available voices on the right panel. So you can just open this up by clicking on the drop down menu right here to choose your desired voice. You can click on the play button right next to each one to play to see how it sounds. Pick your preferred one. For me, I'm going to pick that one right here. And then I have to click on run. And now it's going to take a few seconds to generate the audio, and then I should have it ready in a matter of seconds. After generating the audio, it was time to find a suitable music. And for that, I use Pixabay because it's free. And you can also use their music anywhere you want. Once you find the track you wanted, you can just go to Capcut to combine all the clips and bring it all together, just like I have right here. And as you can see, I dropped all the clips in here. I dropped the voiceover part, and I also put the music as well. So now I'm gonna have you watch this example. So let's see it in action.
The night was quiet, and the moon painted the meadows silver. Oliver couldn't sleep. Something outside felt different. He stepped into the cool grass, his heart beating a little faster. Then he saw her, a tiny fox, alone and hurt. He felt afraid, but he felt something stronger, kindness. The little fox looked at him with hopeful eyes. Carefully, Oliver wrapped her paw and whispered, "It's okay." The meadow seemed less scary when they stood together. Fireflies danced around them like tiny stars. The forest was dark, but Oliver held on tight. The fox pressed her soft nose against his cheek. At the edge of the trees, it was time to say goodbye. They looked at each other, sharing a quiet promise. "Be brave," Oliver whispered. The little fox disappeared into the glowing forest, and as the sky began to lighten, Oliver walked home. That night, he learned that bravery isn't about being fearless, it's about caring enough to help.